has begun. All right, welcome back to another week of a bad podcast featuring your boy T, and you got our wonderful, brilliant, absolute legend of a
Fuck Discord.
co-host. Okay, and that is the way we're beginning this week. Davian, how are you this week? How are you
I'm
feeling?
great. How are you?
No, no,
I'm
no, no.
having the best week.
The best
What?
week. The best
Yeah.
week. What's so good about your week, bro?
No, it's good about my week. It's just a nice week. Everything's been easy, It's been a good week. How are
This
you
guy,
feeling, T?
I'll say this guy sounds like he got head last night, but okay. I'm feeling good. My week is great. I haven't had head this week like Davian, but I'm just out here living my best life, doing my best. You know what I'm saying? Doing my best. We have another fun weekend.
A Nick can never just be good. A Nick could just never have a good day. It's always got to be some bullshit.
This is a good day.
That's
It's
like,
part of a good week.
I stopped replying to how are you in the group chat because there was one time that I said I'm feeling wonderful and you niggas said you must have had sex and I was like, no, I just woke up feeling happy and you man were like, no, you're lying, and I was like, why would I lie?
Were we lying? Were we wrong?
Yes.
Is a better.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
you were wrong.
Okay.
I just woke up at like
Okay.
7 a.m. The sun was shining. I was like, oh, what a nice day, And then you man are like, nah, that nigga's lying. He's never happy. I'm like, right, okay. Well then.
All right, fair play, fair play. Guy's just having a good week, even though he probably got head. Anyway, so if we dive straight in here, that's per usual. I want to say there's been like a lot going on in the sports world. I mean, the biggest thing is probably the Mbappe thing. My guy got offered a $700 million pound, euro, whatever contract and turned it down. I don't think there are very few human beings on planet Earth who can legitimately afford to turn that down. Because brother, if you break your leg midway through next season, you're kind of fucked. I think most people just take the deal anyway. Yeah,
it was like 250 million of pay, but he would have got like endorsement deals and things on top of it. So it was the promise of future endorsement deals in the year. They took it to 700 mil. But now I think the thing with Mbappe is he just really wants to go to Real Madrid, and obviously he got a lot of money from PSG for this year. So he's kind of like, fuck it, I just want to live my dream while like.
Yeah, but you're gonna be taking. The way to look at it is if you stay at PSG, you're not gonna get they're gonna try to shut you out. They're probably gonna be like, okay, you're not gonna get to play as much as you'd like, so you're gonna be sat on the bench for most of the season. And for you as a player, I don't know if you'd want that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, you're still obviously gonna be making a lot of money at PSG, but would you? I don't know. I know it's a lesser league to a degree, but is there really a world of difference between playing Nice every other week and playing in the Saudi league?
So there are actual things that like make it different. So Mbappe gets a loyalty bonus on August 1st.
Yeah, how much is that? 10 mil or some shit? Can't remember what the fuck that is.
It's something like 10, 20 mil. So like he'll get that paid to him.
Mm.
He's already on a stupid contract, if you remember. Like it's.
Yep, it's crazy.
He's on his contract's like 500 mil a week or something like that. No, 500 mil a year. So he's already on 500 mil a year.
Whoa. Hold on a second.
I think his contract was 2 years, 1 billion.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like, so it was.
It's ridiculously lucrative.
So for him, it's not that big of a jump to go to Saudi.
I was gonna say,
bro. It's insane to say.
Yeah.
He is getting paid probably 400 mil as is. Plus, so for him, if he sits on the bench at PSG, he gets to live in his home country. If they bench him, he's going to live in his home country and just chill. Like,
but if you go Saudi, bro, that man don't have taxes. That's just
also
straight cash injection,
I can also
bro.
see it is, but also I can see why, Mbappe might not want to go to Saudi.
Yeah.
Also, everyone knows the reports about him and his partner, and You know, there are
Yeah,
certain
that would
aspects of things that
it
he
would be
wouldn't
a
want to go
bit
to
tougher.
Saudi.
It'd be a bit tougher.
Yes, because
I mean, I feel like obviously Saudi is a completely like culturally and everything. It's a completely different kind of space. You have,
yes,
I mean, like I can't remember who I was watching discuss it, but it was like one of like the fucking old ex players, and they were like, it's a fantastic like financially you'd be making a great decision like for yourself, for your future, for your family, all that stuff. But if you look at like terms of enjoyment, like you can't just say, for example, after a game, something as simple as like going to get a drink with the boys or something like that. You can't do that. And I guess they kind of look at, I'm like in my head, sacrificing 1 to 3 years, for example, in Saudi and making money. And bro,
if
it's
I'm
kind of worth
anyone
it. You can
else,
go on
if I'm
holiday
anyone
at
else,
points in the
I'd go.
year. Like, come the fuck on,
But I
bro.
think
Like,
if I was anyone else but Mbappe, I'd definitely go. If it was like 200 mil, 300 mil a year, I'm gone.
gone,
I think with
bro.
Mbappe though, he's 24 years old,
Mm.
the prime of his career. Go to Saudi means he can't play Champions League. He's going to be playing a lower level of talent when he's still trying to improve and
Bro,
get to that next level. And
yeah, but
also, like
PSG's
you,
fucking trash right now, bro. Like,
but the thing
differences
is,
it
but
make.
also, yeah, no, but like he's trying to get. But the thing is, remember, he's not trying to stay at PSG. He's trying to go to Real Madrid.
Yeah, but playing in the Champions League for 1 year makes no difference, brother.
I
I'm gonna
think
be
I know,
honest.
but
It
I
makes
think
no
at 24,
difference. Like,
but I think at 24, he's looking at his career in terms of like actual legacy and what he's trying to do. Like this man's already won the World Cup. If he
yeah,
was like 30,
almost
I
won it
feel like
again.
he'd probably go.
Yeah.
I feel like if he was 30, he'd probably go because he's 24 and he knows that like he's still young and still developing and wants to be a better player, wants to be looked at the best in the world, wants to win Ballon d'Ors, wants to win Champions League, wants to win like pretty much everything that is in football. He's probably looking at somebody like it's cool, but not
Yeah, but
his
realistically, in
dream
the
to do
next
so. Like
year, you're not going to win the Ballon d'Or next year. Like, let's be real. Messi will
he's
probably get
win the
it
Ballon
again.
d'Or
Or
next year.
Haaland. Realistically, if
No, no,
City
no.
do
So
this,
no,
if
no.
City do the
So
double
so
like they did again, like treble like they did again this next year, Haaland's going to win it. Mbappe won't
so
get
For this year's Ballon d'Or, it's probably it's gonna be Messi, right? I think
100%.
next year
No doubt.
it's gonna be Mbappe versus Haaland, and I think Mbappe's probably got a way better chance
Over
of winning it
what, bro?
because
My guy's just going to win League on.
what
That's
Messi
it.
in MLS, Messi ain't
Bro,
winning in
no,
MLS.
no, 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 no. But I mean, Haaland will win it, bro. Because
I don't think he will.
let's be real.
I don't think he will.
PSG aren't winning the fucking Champions League. All they're going to get is
Okay,
League
so
on. That's it.
here's why that won't matter because it didn't matter how many like most of the years Messi won the Ballon d'Or. It wasn't because he wasn't the top scorer in competitions. He had the 1 year of 91 goals, but most of the time Ronaldo outscored him and didn't win the Ballon d'Or. I saw Ronaldo win Champions League and still not win a Ballon d'Or. They go through
Three
the
back to
story,
back.
and it's also the French Football Federation that run the Ballon d'Or. If they're looking at Mbappe and Haaland and they're going, oh, which one do we want to elevate? They're going to pick Mbappe over Haaland, who has Haaland's reduced what he does in the game because it allows him to score more goals, but it means he's not doing anything anywhere else. Mbappe's highlights
Mm.
alone are going to have people going, oh, well, he's in everything and he'll win the thing because he's the better player
I mean,
by the Messi rules.
I mean, to be fair, realistically, it is between them two. Like regarding
It's
the best
between
in the
them
world,
two.
it is between them two. Right now, probably Haaland's a better player, but I don't know, man. It depends.
I still think Mbappe's all round a better player. I just think
Oh,
he's in
all
the
round,
shittest team
100%,
to be.
100%.
I just think he's in the shittest team to be the better player at right now because the
Yep.
second PSG signed Messi, they ruined the whole plan.
Say, for example, you're
They paid.
United, right?
Yes.
And obviously, Mbappe doesn't want to be a PSG right now. Say, for example, we've had a blip in the matrix, and we're like, should we offer him 150 mil for 1 year of his services? Like next year, no matter what, the whole point of this is because Real Madrid are going to get him on a free next year. Would you take the deal? And you can't sign any other player, but for 150 mil for 1 year, are you going to take Mbappe?
What type of stupid question is that? I guess I'm taking
Bro,
it
he's
back.
a mercenary, bro. He's a mercenary. Everybody should fucking
No,
take him.
no. Okay, do you want to tell you exactly what I do?
Mm.
I signed Mbappe for 150 million. I message Harry Kane on WhatsApp and say, "Yo, you've only got 1 year of that Tottenham deal. I'll give you 10 mil now to just sit down and play for Tottenham for a year, and it's gonna hurt, but it's calm. And then I'll
It's
get
gonna
Mbappe
hurt,
for a
but it's
year.
calm.
Yeah, no, it's calm. Like you're gonna ruin. You're gonna waste a year, and you're gonna be 30. It's going downhill after this. But we'll pay you for the year that
31.
you've wasted. Eh, Same thing. Yeah, you're already going on the downward slide, but we'll give you 3-4 years with a good pay, and we'll make you forget Tottenham existed, okay? And then we'll
Okay.
do what we did with
Okay.
Van Persie. We'll take Mbappe for a year. You play Mbappe, Rashford, and whoever on the I don't care who's on the right. It doesn't really matter at this point. Whoever defends Wall can go on the right because then Mbappe can just stay up front, and then we just give the ball to Bruno and inshallah over the top. And then if it's not Mbappe, it's gonna be Rashford onto it, and then man can miss. Mbappe misses like 13 chances a game, but scores 2
Yeah.
because he
I
gets
was
some
gonna
chances.
say.
Rashford misses like 9 chances a game, but will score 1 or 2. So if we just combine inshallah ball and then fucking Mason Mount, Bruno just keep hitting it over the top, we'll just keep getting goals, and we might win a league just off. We
vibes.
might win a league just off Onana vibes, fam. Like just ping it and go, and then
Oh god.
Mbappe can leave, go Real Madrid, calm, that's your money. Well done.
Yeah.
We'll give him a guard of honor. He'll be like, we'll probably retire the number 9 and be like, one league. That's what mattered. And then we'll bring in Kane, and he can be like there for a couple of years. And then at that point, United might finally have sold the fucking club, and I'll have some joy in my life because fuck this club and fuck everything it stands for.
Bro,
1 year, 150 mil. That's worth it.
100% worth it. Even bro,
said the
even,
same about Ronaldo.
even 200 mil, even 200 mil. Fucking take
I
it.
said the exact same about Ronaldo. I was like, Ronaldo for 1 year is just there for vibes. I don't really care. Like you just want to watch the games more because Ronaldo's there. When we started for 2 years, I was like, oh no, that's kind of bad. And then the second year didn't really exist. But that's not the point. The point is 1 year of vibes. Let's go.
What do you think about
shameless.
Fred wanting to leave? Bro, if Fred leaves, we're keeping McTominay. In my head, it's a mistake. All right, you're
Okay,
getting
so
rid
reasons-
of the wrong fucking
reasons to
player, and that's
No,
not
so the
okay.
reasons to keep McTominay is he's got a 2-year deal, and he's also a homegrown player who would
I
factor
don't
in.
give a shit, man.
No, it does matter because we can't. You have to sign. You have to have an amount of people that are trained at your club from like 15 to 18 or 18 to 21. McTominay fits all those things. I would rather sell Fred for like 15 mil, 20 mil, get some money in, and then have McTominay who's not going to play but be in the squad registration thing and help us hit things that we don't have to like. Because we sold Elanga who helps us with financial fair play and whatever. Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
I went to Forest.
Yeah, but him leaving means we got more FFP in because there's some weird rule that if you train the player, then it's like double. Fam, the FFP thing's weird.
Some bullshit.
Keep McTominay. We sit on the bench. He's not going to play because we've got fucking Casemiro, Amrabat coming in, and Mainu played against fucking Arsenal and looks sick and is a good centre defensive mid. We've also got Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Ericsson. At some point, if Van der Beek doesn't go, we've got him too. I mean, all McTominay will be on for is cup games and games where we need rotation, and that's fine. If Fred goes, yeah, like
Yeah.
if Fred goes, like it's one of them. I will enjoy him way more at another club than I'll enjoy him at mine. Like him at Fulham. Ball out, Fred. Do your little like 35-yard shots into Rosette for no reason.
Well, to be fair, I think Galatasaray are the ones who fucking wanna. Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch him
Galatasaray.
again. Never mind. Fred's gone to me. Well, Fred had a good career.
Fred's gone to me.
I'll watch him at Fulham. I ain't watching him at Galatasaray, blood.
Bro, I still haven't fucking seen anything about the Harry Kane shit, man. Who knows what's fucking going on about that?
So basically, Harry
yeah.
Kane. So Tottenham are just being cunts, if I'm being completely honest, and I tried to refuse to sell him because they're like, well, we want 120 million or something for that, and Bayern are like, we're not doing that. United are like, oh, yo, what's going on over here? Like, what's your pricing thing? And Tottenham are like, 140 mil for you, man. And we're like, whoa, never mind. And now poor Harry Kane, Mr. 25 to 30 goals a year in that shit team, who literally, I want to point out that Harry Kane was only like 7 or 8 goals behind Haaland or some stupid stat in the Premier League. With that Tottenham team, to me, that's almost a win. He scored 30 goals or something like that, and it was like 30, and then Haaland was like 30.
He's just
like,
wasted. He's just wasted at Tottenham.
So now Bayern aren't gonna. Bayern are sat there like, we want him. He wants to come to us, so sell him. And they're like, no. So now Bayern set Tottenham a deadline that said you've got till now to accept the deal, or we're backing out. And I think it might go to like 100 mil. But they're like, literally, we can just back out and sign him in January, right? And Kane's like, I'm not going to sign a new contract. So we just sat there, and it's just a fucking Mexican standoff, and it's jarring me.
Well, We'll see what the fuck happens with that because
If he stays at Tottenham, they generally are going to ruin him.
oh,
Like he's just
1
going to.
billion percent. It's a waste. I get it. Like, actually, no, I don't get it. It's just a waste of money. It's a waste of talent. Waste of talent, not a waste of money. But it's a waste
what makes it worse is so Kane's 29. Wait, is he? No, he's 30. What day is it today?
Birthday.
It's tomorrow.
Oh, literally, yeah. So he turns. Oh, damn. Yeah, man, turns 30 tomorrow. 30 tomorrow.
So yeah, he's 30 on the 28th. So he's gonna be 30 this year. It's gonna be in these are the last times you can really get a big contract.
Mm-hmm. He has one big contract.
Tottenham are risking ruining his energy because if he knows he's going in the next summer, I'm not trying as hard as I would before because if I get injured, like it rocks up my money. Also, it means that anyone who's going to pay 100 million on Kane are going to give him fucking a bag.
Exactly.
Like he's going to be looking at like 350, 400k, maybe four. Like he's going to be the money they would have spent on him. They'll give him that bag to join for 2 or 3 years. And for Tottenham, you need the money to rebuild because he's kind of your whole squad. What are you going to do?
The squad.
Richarlison and that man.
Yeah, no.
Heung-Min Son fell off.
Yeah, no.
Heung-Min Son fell off. Perisic, whack. Fucking Kulusevski, okay. They got Bentancur, decent. And then they've got Eric Dyer at the back. Fucking Ben Davis. Fucking what's that brother's name?
The fact that you've reeled off that many Tottenham players, I'm impressed. I'm genuinely impressed.
I know the whole squad because they had Lloris, Ben Davis, Emerson Royale, Eric Dyer, Bentancur, and then it was like Kulusevski, Son, Kane, Richarlison, and then they'd have fucking Ben Davis, Bentancur, fucking African dude in the middle, who didn't do anything. You know,
I just said African dude in the middle.
Wanyama's one of them man there. One of them man there.
African man in the middle.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like just
vibes.
He's just there.
Vibes.
Like he's one of the African men who played at Southampton. Blood. It could be any of them. Like I think they subbed them in and out. Blood. I don't know. They got Pedro Porro, who's at his side for no reason. They got James Maddison now.
Maddie.
Tanganga, Højbjerg.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you said Tamatanga for a sec. I got hungry for a little. I got hungry for a little.
They've got a young player who's so like he's in the squad, but
can't remember.
Oliver Skip. That brother is 22.
Okay.
I thought he'd been playing for 8 years. I was like, I thought it was like Darren Fletcher age or something. Google Oliver Skip, and if you don't see that a 35-year-old man, and then maybe my eyes are bugging because that brother looks like just to this day. I look at him and I go, "You're not younger than me. I don't believe you. You have 3 kids, 2 houses, and maybe a pension."
Jesus, you're not, bro. That guy looks weathered.
Thank you. You know what that is?
Bro,
you know what that is?
He looks like the Africans who put. He looks like the Africans who put. I'm 18, but really they're 40, bro. He looks.
And you know what's bad? You wanna know why he looks so old? That's 4 years to be the Tottenham CDM, blood. It's tough. That brother is tired. He's just all he does is just run around back and forth. And you know why I know why? Because the only goal he's ever scored for Tottenham was against Chelsea. And I remember it because every Chelsea fan went, of course this dickhead scored against us. But my point there is that team is meaty. And now you've got a player like Harry Kane who can score 30 goals. 30 goals in the Premier League. He's about to break Alan Shearer's record. He broke the England record, even if those were mostly pens. But you're looking at a player who's like, history should look at him as an all-time great. And he's going to be looked on as, he scored loads of goals, but for what? Like, it's going to be one of them that's like, he's okay. Like,
at the end of the day, it will boil down to your trophies, bro. That's what it will come down to. Let him
leave. Let him prove himself in finals. That's what he's not done yet in his career. He's 30 and he's never proved himself in the final. Not for England, not for Tottenham. He fucked up against in the Champions League final.
He's bottled them.
He's had a World Cup semi-final, a European Championships final, a Champions League final. He's had a couple like FA Cup semi-finals.
He's bottled all of them, but
He's had a Premier League run where they could have won it and he fucked it.
But Davian, yesterday they won the Tiger Cup.
What?
You know those preseason tournaments?
They won a trophy!
They won the Tiger Cup, dude. They won the Tiger Cup. Bro. Yeah, there you go. Something to be proud of, Tottenham. Something to be proud of. Well, I was gonna say
niggas won the Tiger Cup. Oh my god! I thought you said the Tiger Woods Cup. I was like, no. I thought you said they won the Tiger Woods Cup. I was like, they fucking winning golf. I was like, yes.
Foot golf, bro. Foot golf. Actually, I really want to do that, by the way, this summer.
What, foot golf?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh no, I've been asking to play that for like 3 years.
Yeah, no, I'm down. Fuck it.
I know about 3 good places. There's one closer to you than me.
How expensive is it? I doubt it would be that expensive.
It's run by a council and they've like the whole thing. I went there with someone before and then.
Okay. I mean, I'm 100% fucking down to do that. Even this fucking like next week because we get paid Monday. Fuck it, bro. But okay. Well, drop it.
Actually, what a cup! Oh my god!
I told you about the Tiger Cup, bro. And you know what's funny about the trophy to me? The fucking sticker thingy on it, bro. It looks like it looks ridiculous. But a trophy is a trophy.
Wait. So Spurs had out 5-1 winners against the Lion City Sailors. You're telling me they couldn't even? They were supposed to play Roma, and they played, and Italy pulled out. Roma pulled out, so they played Lion City. Them man couldn't even win a trophy properly, man. Oh Lord!
Listen, a trophy is a trophy. That's all that matters.
Nigga, they beat the Lion City Sailors.
A trophy is a trophy. Okay. Yeah, I'm saying.
No, this is line.
It don't matter whether you put your tip in or the whole thing in.
I want to listen to this line. Listen to this line. And the Singapore side took a shock lead when Shawal Anwar got in front of Pedro Porro and deflected the ball past Guillermo Vicario with 14 minutes. Going a goal behind to the equivalent of a non-league side summed up this Celtic trip. We saw Sunday's friendly against Leicester and Bangkok rained off. So basically, they were in a tournament and didn't play most of the games, and they played against a Singapore team who are classed as basically non-league. And all I'm saying is, a win's a win. Well done.
That exactly. A win is a win. A win's a win is a win's a win.
Sign came to a New Year deal. That's it. He's won.
All right. Well, I think that's a good cover up there. I mean, are there any other sports which come to mind for you?
No, none of them exist at this point. Fuck it.
Cool. All right.
Although, prayers for Bronny James.
Oh yeah.
Who literally just had a cardiac arrest just playing basketball. He's like 19, 20. It's kind of insane.
I was gonna say, bro.
Luckily,
considering like how much stress his body must be under, it must be crazy.
Yeah, apparently it could just happen. But he's 18 years old. Luckily, he's in a really good place, and obviously his family is rich, so you know.
Well, fingers crossed, he'll be okay.
Unfortunately, Elon Musk came out immediately and said it's probably the COVID vaccine. So now he looks like a bit of a dick, and I'm waiting for the one to like murder him or something. That'd be a great boxing match.
You know, humanity. In a cage. You just hate humanity sometimes, you know.
Yep.
All right. Well, I had to prop myself up in my chair. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we can now move over to our Quora questions. As another week passes and another week of No Joe's poem. Anywho, the very first question.
News tea. Wow.
Oh shit! I forgot about influencers. Fucking shit, man. What's going on in the world of the influencers besides deep heat on KSI and Tope Jizzle's balls? I'm not too sure.
All right.
Would you do it? Would you do it for the podcast?
Would I put deep heat on my balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Next week? You're off next week.
What does that have to do with anything?
Nigga, you don't have to do it on a work day. No, because like the work next day, and I gotta be in the office. I'd rather
do it on a work day.
So tomorrow? We can do like double podcast days, like back to back, bro. I'm good.
Are you doing it too? Are you doing it too?
bro, I haven't been paid yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't even own DP
Are
like
you
that.
doing it too?
You see, bro, I gotta. Like,
Are you doing it
I think
too?
I would die. I think
No,
I would die. I think I would
no,
die.
you got it. The thing, I'll do it if you do it. Like, it's
Now
gonna be a
you and
culture
Nas
thing.
have already done it before, so you already have that
No, 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 no,
experience.
no, no, no. Listen. There's a
'Cause I don't know what
difference.
you.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. There's very much a difference between like, oh, my thigh hurts and put some DP on it, and then having DP in your hands and like going to the toilet or something, and like
Yeah.
forgetting, because it's like you put like that much on, so it's like, oh, that area really tingles and stings, and
Oh Lord.
there's a difference between doing that and applying it to your body. Those are two different things. I
Yeah.
would do it, but you'd have to do it too. I'm not
Bro,
suffering alone.
but the amount they put, it's just insane. It's
No,
just
no, 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 I'm
actually
not putting that
insane.
much on. We're
Bro,
not
they
getting paid like
put
no, we're
like
not getting
a
paid like them.
whole ass.
No, 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 no. Gentleman's agreement, blood. I'm gonna put a little bit on. Like I'm like, oh, it's going hard, man. Going like, I'm not trying to die. Them man are rich. I ain't rich. I'm poor. I'm too poor to be. I'm too poor to be like losing functions on my balls for a bit. No. I don't have that. I
I
don't have that
respect
water to
that.
waste in my shower. Like a little
Listen,
bit.
man, I respect it. Okay,
I'll die a bit. Like no, shit. But like I'm not trying to.
all right.
Harry
I
almost
mean,
died. I saw the light drop out of his eyes.
bro, oh man,
Toby
I don't
started
know.
running. I was like, yeah, these men are.
I'll chalk it down to like a 50-50. I'll chalk it down to
So what we
50.
heard here is T said yes.
I chalk it down to a 50-50. Okay, it's a
Okay.
50-50. All right. Well,
So next week,
yeah, I don't know about that. Well, I don't think much has gone on, to be honest with you, in
literally,
the
I don't
world.
think anything's on Reddit. Like it's
There's been nothing, literally.
no
Don't.
controversies. It's been quiet. Twitter's now X. It's kind of shit. Logo's
Well,
horrible.
the desktop version's X, but the fucking phone version, I don't know why he hasn't changed that yet.
It's
But
taking because it's harder for them to update. That's why.
fair enough, fair enough.
But yes, yeah, X is shit, and whoever made the logo is shit, and
Probably paid at least 300,000 for that logo. Remember that,
but I'd have done
um,
it for 200,000.
bro. That you
230,
know that logo
230.
costs money for no reason.
But it's a white box with a line going through it.
Yep, and it
That's the
cost
type of shit
a
you draw on
bag,
accident. You know,
and
when you
it
like
cost
on
a
like a
bag,
paint. You know, when you like paint or something, and you're like making boxes. It looks like that,
pretty much,
and you go,
pretty
"Nah,
much.
it's shit." And you delete it. If that nigga paid more than 10 pence, I'm fuming.
You know he did. You know he did. It's like when they
13
changed the
pence.
fucking what's the fucking thingy? The Pepsi logo. Like bro, so they changed the Pepsi logo and they paid bags for it. And it's just like,
Wait,
okay.
oh yeah, shit. Never mind. Yeah,
And they had like
you like
that
Pepsi
whole
logo? I'm
ass
like, wait,
book
what?
saying because of the geometry and blah 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 that it'll appeal more to people. Like people are always gonna buy
No, no, no.
Pepsi. Like
No. I get that because like when you do marketing, like it's things like eyeliner and catchy things. But also, if you are Pepsi, it doesn't matter because you're Pepsi. Like
fact.
realistically, your only competition is Coke, and I prefer Pepsi. So to me, if I'm going to a shop, I'm like, yo, let me get that Pepsi. Like, I'm not going. Oh, well, if I tilt my head, that drink looks way more appealing. Like, it's that's for
No.
people who are starting new brands. These men are just overdoing it because they feel like they need to do something to change and get people talking. So they do things to
Fact.
get people change and talking, and then now everyone's talking about it, and then people will get offended. So people will start talking about it more, and other people like Joe will be like, "Oh wait, no, you're wrong, man. It's definitely better." And you're like, "Wait, what?" Because
Yep.
they have to be
Yep.
different than what everyone says. So now everyone's talking about it, and then suddenly people talk about it more, and it makes it valued more. But realistically, that Twitter logo is shit. I'm not calling it X. I don't talk about X's. Okay, exit. No.
I don't talk about exes.
Yeah,
Ladies and
no
gentlemen,
X.
direct quote from David Clark right there. All
I
right.
said what I said. I stand by that.
No. Listen, man. All mine remain blocked to this day, and it will stay that way. Anywho, what is
Third
okay?
party.
The first question here today.
Oh god.
Which one do I want to start with? Okay. What is the best way to respond to a woman when she says we should hang out if you are only interested in being friends with her?
Wait, what?
So
Yeah.
basically, a girl said to this dude, "Let's hang out, like probably like just a me and you thing, no one else." And he's like, "How do I
That's not the bit I'm
break it
confused
to
about.
her
Is the other
that
bit?
I only want friendship, nothing more?" In a nice way. In a nice way. I feel like the best way to do it is be like, um, when you're making the plans, just always make sure other people are there or invite other people. But oh yeah, yeah, cool,
No,
cool,
no.
cool. Yeah, David can come too.
There's a cooler way to do it.
Okay, go on.
It doesn't come to mind right now because I've never had this problem. Like
Uh,
okay, like I imagine if she says hang out, then you're like, okay, well, you should do something, but be like, something that's kind of in public, so it's not, suggestive.
okay.
And then I don't know, what the hell is this?
I
I
don't know.
no,
I don't know, man.
I'm trying to think because like,
Bro, one of the
she's
people
she.
put thank her for the offer and tell her that you humbly decline.
That's a man who's been declined a lot. That's why.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a rough one there.
I'm thinking like maybe you just are, but then like until she makes a move,
Mm.
you kind of are just under the assumption that you're like, oh, she must want to sleep with me. Like, imagine you reject this girl, like, oh, look, you're a great person, but it's
Uh-huh.
like, I just don't like. You're a
I
great
don't I don't
friend.
feel that way. I don't feel that way.
Yeah, like I don't want to fuck up the friendship. And she's like, what?
Bro, I just
You're
wanted
like,
to go get some food, bro.
okay. I just want you to pay for my dinner. To be honest, you're like, oh,
Uh,
well,
uh, to be fair,
mm,
Isabella here said just use the classic line that girls use. Sure, when we both have time. Or I'll have to check my schedule and I'll get back to you.
I
Listen,
mean,
man.
yeah, I was just
Every time in life, if someone says to you, if they're working, they know their schedule. There is if they want to see you, they won't be like, I'll have to check my schedule and I'll let you know like next week or brother, your schedule stays the same. You if you're working a job, you know your shit at least a week in advance. 2 weeks in advance. Don't if someone's told you that and you believe it, I don't know what to tell you, brother. Like, listen, we've all been there before. We've all been there before. Sometimes it's genuine. Maybe it's a nurse. You know what I'm saying? And she might pick up some extra shifts in the week. But I'm just saying, brother, you should know better. You should know better. Also, David's out here giggling. I don't know why. I saw something. Could be a titty. Could be some side boob. He's seen some
no,
shit though.
no. Check your phone. that that was the start of the last message I sent.
Oh shit. Well then.
That's the last message I sent.
Oh lord. Well, I'll let
I
you
didn't.
know. You know,
No,
I'll
but I
let you
actually meant
know.
I'd let them know. No, but I actually
Oh.
meant I'd let them know.
Oh.
I just the way you said that, I was like,
Yeah.
ah.
No.
But in my defense, mine is because it's not like that. But also, I'm traveling, so I was like, okay, I'll let you know exactly what days I'm traveling. But it just made me laugh because you're like, if someone says I'll let you know, and I'm like, ah, damn.
David's out here playing with hearts, ladies and gentlemen.
I play
Oh
with
my
shit.
god. Trying to. All right. Next question. What would make a man, brackets you, consider marrying a woman? Okay, man's getting stretches in. Oh,
I'm ready.
um,
That's
okay. I'm easy to please. Okay. So I think there's like 5 things you have to take. Okay. Number one, get along with my mom. Number two,
standard.
bomb sex. And like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't have to be like sex all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, but bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a constant supply of pussy to dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot live my life
A constant
without
supply
it.
of pussy to dick. This is
Bro,
tea.
if I was ever in a relationship or something, bro, and it was like we went like, I don't know, nigga, like a month without or something. But I no, I decline. Um, next up,
That's two.
I want to say like have your own shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like whether you're passionate about your work or your homies, whatever, have your own shit going on. Four, just be immaculate vibes. No matter the day. Don't get me wrong, if you're not like, we all have down days. You know what I'm saying? That's perfectly okay. But I mean, just for the most part, as long as we get along like a fucking house on fire, that goes without fucking saying. Otherwise, why are you marrying that person? Um, unless I don't know, you're like Joe's Minecraft characters and you're just being used as a breeding machine. Anyway, David knows what I'm on about. Anywho, the final point. You gotta drive because I don't, and so yeah. So the five things right there. There
that makes sense.
I'm not asking
for me,
too much.
I need to. Well, obviously they've got to get along with my family, not too well. I don't. It's best
Oh yeah.
harm, like just enough that I can bring you around family functions and it's not awkward. Two, you got to understand that I don't want to be around your family functions that much, so I'll do a couple. So we can do a trade off. Like I'll do, like I don't really want to be doing Christmases and that. Like I'll do I'll go around in a couple hours and say hi to everyone. Cool. Maybe have a dinner. But if you got like that weird like family, I'm probably not gonna want to be around there. Someone who can actually communicate, because a lot of females think they can and can't, and it's actually jarring. So someone who can tell you what's wrong or what they want to do about something instead of just being like, well, you should.
That's actually a big one. Fucking
someone who puts in as much effort as I do, because if I'm with someone, if I'm with someone and we're actually serious, then I'm putting in effort to do things or plan things or make plans or
Okay, so say for example you have a date tomorrow. You're spontaneous off the top of your head. You've been together 4 months. What are you thinking? You want to do something special, but not too crazy. Not too crazy.
You mean you could go either way? Depends on what type of time we got here. You could do some. It depends on the person. You could do something very simple. It's been a long work week. You could,
put a bow tie on your dick.
In,
Yeah, here's your present.
No. I mean, you can, get into yours. Want them a nice bath.
Okay.
Cook for them. Do a little candlelit thing. Sit down, watch maybe like a nice movie. Something relaxing if you want to stay in. You could go out, go for a spontaneous trip somewhere. Just go for a nice walk or to somewhere where they'll enjoy, but they probably wouldn't go by themselves.
Okay.
And then if the bow tie ends up on the dick, that's different. Afterwards, that's
oh, okay. If that happens after, then it's okay.
That's not the plan. But if that's the dessert to the plan, then it's
the dessert to the plan. Okay.
Look, man, you started weird, and I went with it. Just accept it.
Okay. It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
It's almost as much effort in, because then I think a lot of times, especially some guys, you end up putting all the effort in, and then it just becomes expected, and it's no. Then it's okay, you can work both ways.
I was gonna say you gotta distribute your effort wisely. You don't want to go.
Man, it is nice. It is nice to go home and just be surprised sometimes. I hate girls who literally are oh no, I don't buy. We just have sex as a present, and I'm like, bitch, that was the same. How you what?
That is
bitch,
wild.
How you gonna give him sex for his birthday when he had sex on Monday with you? That is not a present.
That is wild. But people be wild.
Someone
people
who
be wild.
Someone they have to be pretty decent with their money. I can't have someone who's just someone who's 25K in debt. No, I'm good. But also not too, not too. If I go get a Greg's, fam, I don't want someone being that was inefficient because we had chicken and rice at home. I'm be you go home. I work. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
And then just generally someone who I could be we spend time together and it doesn't feel draining. We can do nothing or do plans and it's just natural. I don't have to.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
So Logan Paul knew his girl for a year. Obviously, they're engaged now, right? He proposed.
Yes.
Now, I was speaking to someone the other day, and they're like reasons like that are like why divorce rates would be like super high. Like it's been a year. How do you really know that person? Would you not put in the same bracket as like an arranged marriage though? Like that's
Okay, so
in that situation you don't even, and you can still get fucking divorced
here's the
anyway.
difference. The difference
Uh-huh.
in an arranged marriage and a marriage after a year is an arranged marriage works most times because both people go into it knowing exactly what they're going to get out of it.
Okay.
So the marriage almost becomes the start of a relationship. And then even though I don't think they lead to the best quality of relationships because I think 99 times out of 10 usually you end up with someone you just end up staying with because you've got kids and it works. And if you're taking the love aspect out of marriage and it's just a thing that's happening, that works. When you get with someone when you're in a relationship with someone for a year and then you get engaged to them, you're still in that like early phase of like you don't know how they're going to respond to things, and then that's when if you're doing that and you're doing that for love and you're like, oh my god, I love this person, I want to get married to them, and it's after a year, that's when you have things like, oh well, okay, that's when you start to see flags afterwards and you're like, oh, I don't like this, oh, I don't want to be here, and you're like, but now you're married so you have to get divorced. And then if you're doing it for love, that's when more people end up just going, well, we tried and it didn't work, it was mutual. Whereas in an
Yeah.
arranged marriage, it's more like this is a
I feel like
it's a
you're
mutually
more
benefiting
locked
thing.
in.
Yeah, like it's a mutually benefiting thing. You've said
Mm,
we are going to get married and try to work things out. So then you're fully going into it, going there isn't love there yet. It is a mutual deal, and then you trying to develop that and learn that. But also, you're probably two people who are like in that point, marriage is kind of just a deal that you're working with. Like
I
you want
guess.
someone, so you're like, cool, we'll make it work. Whereas if you think you're in love with them, and then a year later you realize actually they're probably quite a mean and psychopathic person, you just didn't see it because you had the rose-tinted goggles on. It's a lot tougher. You're like,
Well, to be fair, that kind of links into the next question here anyway, which says, how would
God.
you deal with the fact that your partner is not meeting your expectations? I've been with my partner for 4 years, and it's become more apparent that they're just not meeting the expectations which I thought they would at the beginning of our relationship. I don't want to end it, um, but I'm not too sure what to do.
You, I mean, it depends what your expectations are.
I mean,
I tend not to
communicate.
have too many expectations. If I'm like, I think if I don't, most of the time, especially when I'm in relationships, I'm myself. Like,
Mm,
I don't really expect anyone to do anything for me. I kind of just do what I was going to do anyway,
facts.
and it's nice to have someone there. But if there's something that you're not getting that you feel like you need to be getting, then just talk to the person and kind of let
Communication
them
is key,
know.
man.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like a lot of things can be solved if you just communicate better. Like, instead of
Mm.
going on the internet, just be like, look, these are the things I kind of need, whether it's simple, whether it's even if it's more complicated, but then just talk to them and let them know, and then at least
I mean,
then
if
they
you
can
never
make a
have
decision.
that
Like,
conversation, brother, how the fuck are they supposed to know? You know?
what is the thing?
Because
Humans
expectations
are
are different. It's not like a
yeah,
problem. It's like what
humans are
you
habitual
want
though.
from that person.
So humans are habitual. We are going to do the same things routinely. So if there's something in my routine that you don't like
Mm.
and you don't talk to me about it, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just gonna do it. Like if it could be something as simple as like he doesn't like reply a message or something. If that's just my habit, unless you say something about it or we have a conversation about it or you
Ain't
tell
gonna
me it's
fucking
how you
change.
feel, I'm gonna just do it normally, and then you're gonna get more and more annoyed and more checked out. But you're never actually spoken to the person, so now you're like, "Damn, why couldn't you pick up the signals?" And then you're like, "Well, the signals were you not saying anything," and then getting upset. It's like, surely in your brain, you like if you repeatedly talk to someone and it doesn't work, that's different. But
Yeah.
if you've got expectations, then just tell them in it. Like
It's
maybe
not,
not
I
4 years
mean, I
into a
want to say it's
relationship,
not
but
that hard, but at some point you just have to have that difficult conversation and you'll be fine.
well, you'd think so, innit? Like you'd
Bro,
think you'd just be able to say,
starting the conversation is always the hardest bit. Once you're in it, it's not going to get that much
"No,
easier,
no,
but brother, it'll be better.
no. You've got to be smart. What you need to do is you tell them we need to talk. So now they think you're breaking up, and then when you tell them it's something else, then we're likely to.
And now
No,
that sounds
no,
pretty toxic to me. I'm not going to
I
say I've
would
ever
never
done
do it.
that before, but you know.
I would never do it. I'm just saying that, like, if
Um,
you really want to cut the awkwardness out, just say we need to talk. Let them think about it for about 12 hours. do it just before they go to bed, and then so we'll talk about it in the morning, and then have a
And then
conversation
go
with
from
them,
there.
and then
Fair play.
at that point they'll be begging to talk to you, so they'll cut the ice.
That is very true, yeah.
If you take
All
if you take that advice, that's on you. Don't. I'm joking.
That's
These are
on you.
jokes.
Okay, well, I feel like that wraps up our Quora questions nicely in a nice little bow on Davian's penis.
They
Now,
actually,
if we move on to our adult confessions,
I went to say they actually weren't so bad, and you said that shit, and I malfunctioned.
you're welcome.
Asshole.
Okay, so our confessions for today, I'll let you decide which category. We have fetishes and kinky sex, my cheating heart, and dating disasters.
Okay, I want to save my cheating heart for the last one because that might be funny. Let's go dating disasters.
Okay. God damn it, I gotta read now. God damn, I gotta read. All right. Let me just stretch. Jesus Christ. There we go. All right. Dating disasters. This was written by a 53-year-old male, and the title is Christmas Tree Cover. Okay. Back in the late 90s. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. Okay. Back in the late 90s, I was having an affair with my friend's wife. She was an amazing lay. We always met at hotels, in a car, and even at my friend's house. This guy's a dick, bro. She was always scared to come to my house, fearing we would get caught. But you would do it and okay, well. Then one day, out of the blue, she invited me over to her house and said her husband, my friend, was definitely out of town. They had a small kid, and I figured she made the sitting arrangements. Okay, it's like a babysitter. Okay. We didn't make it past the living room couch. We were naked sitting on the couch. She was only wearing a t-shirt, naked from the waist down. As I lay back and enjoyed getting some head, I had to really, do like a ninja cut there. Suddenly, a voice surprised us both. I looked up, and her 4-year-old was standing a few feet from me, saying, "Mom, what are you doing?" I jumped up and ran behind the Christmas tree as she shuffled the kid back to the room. She came back and didn't seem too worried about it. We had a quickie, and I got the hell out of there. I never slept with her again after this. This has 25 upvotes and 2 downvotes. Bro, you gave that kid trauma. You 100% gave that. That's crazy.
Nah, 4. I don't think I remember.
No, I don't think you'd remember, but I feel like it would be like suppressed memories. Suppressed? One of those two.
Repressed.
Yeah, you would just like
Yeah, but I think the kid will
bury it at the back of your mind.
4, maybe. Nah.
Nah, I don't remember shit. Like,
I remember stuff from like
around that
7. You might remember it, but like, you know, it'd be really funny. As if you were like, as if the kids like, you know, like now they're older and he's, the kids like, oh, wild things happen. Your dad, remember that time, like, I came downstairs and you and mum were, doing stuff, and then you hid behind the tree, and then he's like, what do you mean? What? That never happened. And you're like, Mom, you remember that? I have no idea what you are on it.
Bro,
Like,
it reminds me of Suits when Harvey came home and found obviously his mom cheating, and she was like,
No.
"Let's keep this between you and I. Let's keep this a secret, bro."
Yeah, that's
You were breeding
that's
a Harvey Specter essentially right there.
pretty much. I feel like you would remember it though. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah, no, I feel like something that bad, you would. There's no way, right?
I don't think you remember. I don't think
you wouldn't really know what the
it.
fuck's going on, but like you'd 100%
You wouldn't process it. But I feel like you'd remember like walking down the stairs and just seeing, and you'd probably remember it, like way later. Like,
Facts.
you'd be there just like, oh, that's what. Oh
Yep.
no.
One of them.
Why was mom with uncle?
Why was mom with uncle? All right. Next up for you.
Also, that guy's a horrible friend.
Oh no, he's a fucking asshole. He's a fucking asshole. But it was the 90s, so fair game. All right. Fetishes and remember everyone. As long as you didn't cream pie her, it's not cheating. Davian's words, 2023. Anywho, next up, fetishes and kinky sex, and this was written
Shot
by this was written by a 32-year-old female, and the title is "Sharing is Caring." Okay, I have a nice body, and I'm kind of twisted. There was a man outside my house who came to cut like a branch off a tree. I forget tree surgeons. I kind of like that profession. Tree surgeons, kind of cool. Anyway, well, the name of it. He was really gross and a fat slob. I saw him sitting in the truck and started undressing in front of my window. He watched me, and when I was naked, I stood in front of my window so he could see everything. That's a terrible sentence structure, but we move. He sat in his truck and watched me as I played with my breasts for him and squeezed my nipples. He finally got out of his truck and got in the cherry picker, and it carried him up to go cut the tree branch. I laid naked on my bed in a really sexy position. He stared down at me with intense lust. It was the most erotic moment of my life. He seemed like he was in shock seeing what I was doing. I doubt a woman has ever done that for him before. I loved sharing my body with him and letting him enjoy it, letting him use my body for his pleasure. He'll always think about that moment when he drives by my house. This has 33 upvotes, 0 downvotes. You're just a nudist for a bit. Fair play.
Fair, you know.
I'm saying, lucky guy.
He got to see some titty and whatever else, and she felt like, look, man. I mean, it's weird.
I'm gonna say, like, realistically, compared to like all the other fucked up shit which I've read on this website,
I hope he's not married. That'd be a bit more, you know.
I mean,
is it cheating? To find the adult confession.
Is it? No. I mean, like, on a serious level, though, you're just doing your job, and then this woman through the window be naked doing her thing, and obviously she's doing it on purpose. That's been established, and you're looking. Is it cheating?
No,
like legit, like no, but if the roles were reversed, like, I'd be pissed. But like, I'm just saying. But like, on a logical standpoint, you're doing. Great. Yeah, because like, don't get me wrong. Like, you're doing your job.
You could have avoided it.
Yeah, 100%. He didn't have to cut that tree. He could have just been like, or told her, "I'm not comfortable. Please don't do that."
We could have just looked away. Like, I mean, I'm assuming they didn't even have a conversation. She had the window. I'm sure he could have just like.
She probably would have been
also like human nature. Like,
I don't know, because like I feel like the only conversation would be at the beginning. Hi, I'm here to cut your tree. Cool, whatever. Here's your money.
She didn't even say that. She said she saw him. She said she saw him in the van, and then started touching herself. So
yeah. So I don't. Is it cheating? It's kind of cheating, right? Him watching.
At that point, it's kind of watching like live
actively porn, watching. But it's like watching porn, though. Is that? I don't know.
I feel like he didn't beat off, so we're kind of like in the.
It's in the middle. Good. It's gray area.
It's not good, but it's not like. It's definitely not something you probably want to go home and like brag to your wife about.
Yeah,
I was just
probably not a good idea.
Also, I don't know. It's weird.
It's
until you find out adult confession is like, I am a tree surgeon, and one time I was cutting a tree and saw this woman like playing with herself. Then we'll never know the other side of the story.
Oh, that would be fucking hilarious. Okay, so the final.
If you are that tree surgeon, get in touch.
All right. So for the final one. This was written by a 44-year-old female from My Cheating Heart. It's called My Ex-Father-in-Law. I allowed my ex-father-in-law to fuck me. Okay. His horny 68-year-old ass tried to fuck me since day one, and I finally gave in. This is the story. One of my kids graduated high school and we had a party. As the party wound down, my ex-father-in-law stays around to help clean up. In reality, he's always more helpful than my ex, so it was nice having the help. As we were in the kitchen, he kept making comments about my sundress. See, you're wearing a sundress though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong, so fucked up, but it's sundress season right now, you know what I'm saying? The more sundresses, the better. I finally told him the truth. I wasn't wearing any underwear. This encouraged him to be more brazen and cop a feel to see if I was telling the truth. I finally lifted up my sundress and showed him my bare ass. It was then when I realized it was just me and him left at the house. I felt exposed, trapped, and vulnerable. He persisted again, and that's when I said, "Follow me." He followed me to the bedroom, and I allowed him to fuck me. He made me come multiple times. He came twice. At 68, he came twice. I couldn't believe it. This has 44 upvotes and 0 downvotes.
No, we're not going to skip over the fact she's like, I'm alone. I felt vulnerable. All right, so I led him to the bedroom.
I was going to say, like, I'm pretty sure if you told the Don leave, or if you didn't show him your bare ass, bro, like you would have been fine. But like,
look, I'm not gonna lie. If it was look, if it wasn't weird because it's like a parental figure, and even if, like somebody would have probably known you as a child. Like if that wasn't that bit, then this whole story would have been very interesting.
No, but it's a father-in-law, right? Like there would have been. Obviously, she was married to the kid.
Father-in-law.
Yeah, father-in-law.
Ross, you slept with the dad and the son. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes it less creepy. Okay, I'm okay with it.
It's definitely less creepy, but it's still.
Why are you sleeping with your kid's granddad?
Yeah, no. When you put it like that, it's kind of fucked
Granddad
up.
Was there to help with the party. Now granddad's getting helped out of the party. Jesus Lord, you trying to give your son? You trying to give your son an uncle and a brother at the same time? Mad.
Personally, I don't see the problem.
No. I do.
It's fucked up no matter how you picture it, paint it, look at it, whatever the fuck, dude. It's not okay. But
that one kid would have a dad and a granddad at the same time.
At the same fucking time, dude. At the same fucking time.
Also, I mean, now I know his father-in-law is less creepy. I was sitting there going, call the cops. So
that would have been a readiest flaggiest.
Although going for him, I felt vulnerable, and so I didn't know what to do. So I just kind of.
So I let him clap cheeks.
It just makes sense.
It's just 1 + 1 sometimes does equal 2. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to a close for today's podcast. We're not going to do a react because we're going to save that for the other section that we're doing. But speaking of that, actually, I'll mention it after the podcast. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have had a good day, Jesus Christ, or a good night.
Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
You heard that, ladies. You know what I'm saying? If you want to flip it around and reverse it onto Davian's bow-tied penis, feel free. Thank you very much for listening.
You talk about my penis. Wait. Why are you always talking about my penis?
Bye, everyone.
What is going on? Why?